Hi, YouTubers. I just got this knife today. It's a Mini Barrage. Got it from Sports Chalet, and I really liked it. And I got home, and it was a little small in my hands, and it felt like it was slipping out a little bit. And I thought that it would be better if it had some jimping, so I went on YouTube and figured that someone would have done some jimping, but I couldn't find anything. So I was a little scared doing it, but I went ahead and went for it. It's not a super expensive knife, but it's kind of expensive to me. So what I did is let me show you what I did first. So you can see the jimping on top there, right here. This knife usually doesn't have any of that. It's just smooth. And I also did a little bit on the bottom there. See, there's not the best job in the world, but I don't think you'd notice if you just gave it to somebody. They wouldn't say, oh, you added that on. So I think it turned out pretty good. And you can see where the little slipper, the little lock part, I used that as kind of, I went down as far as I could before it started rubbing on that. And just kind of tried to space it out as best I could. See, it's not perfect. Pretty good job. It's got a little forward cant to it. I used this little file here. It's like a saw file, I think. It's like a little triangular saw file or something. It's kind of, I'd say, a medium grit. And I was worried because I thought the what do you call these metal liners? I thought, I don't know what they're made out of. Maybe they're hardened or something, or I don't know. So I was worried about it, but it just seemed like maybe stainless steel or something there. I'm sure somebody knows. But it ground down pretty easily. And I didn't know what this material is. I saw on one of the YouTube, someone was talking about this material, but it turns out to be like a plastic. And when I filed it, everything looked good, but it was kind of a little plastic, ground plastic down in there that was stuck. So what I did is I got a little wire brush and put it in the Dremel, and then just went to town in the grooves and then along the edge there, and kind of did that inside edge there to take the burrs off the inside edge. And it did a good job. It seemed to maybe grind it down a little bit. It's a little less shiny in some, but it definitely stood up to it, and it didn't make any weird marks or anything. You can barely see any problem, and it did get all those little plastic ground parts out of there real good. This was flinging little particles up at my face though, so be careful. I think it's pretty sharp down that inside edge, so I'd wear safety glasses if you're going to do this. Okay, I thought I'd put it on here. I've never done YouTube, and I thought this might help somebody because it's obviously a lot of people like it, but I think the jimping makes it a little better. Alright, thanks. Bye.